Developing tonight at 9, Governor Kemp's pick to succeed Senator Johnny Isakson is being met with resistance.
Earlier today, we heard about the governor's likely pick. We learned that he plans to choose a co-owner of Atlanta's WNBA franchise. CBS 46 political analyst Dr. Rashad Richey is here in the studio now breaking down the governor's decision. And anytime, Rashad, there's a vacancy in an off-election year, it's the governor's job to pick the replacement, not the president's job. This is Governor Kemp's job, right? So what's the big deal?
That's what he's doing.
Yeah, it's his job. But as I said on day one, when this seat first came open, I said this will not be Governor Kemp's decision alone, that President Trump will heavily influence the decision. So here's where we're at today, okay? You have Kelly Loeffler, who has been a remarkable individual with the WNBA. She's co-owner of the Atlanta Dream. She sits on the board of directors for Grady Hospital, a stellar professional background. But there are some issues with GOP insiders. It has caused a real you-know-what storm because they feel that she's not a true 100% authentic pro-life conservative. So much so that one major GOP influencer said on Twitter, Kelly Loeffler should be disqualified as a Georgia Senate appointment. She's on the board of directors for Grady Memorial Hospital, largest abortion provider in the state. And you do have Governor Kemp fighting back at this. Kemp had a statement of his own on social media. Kemp said, "I stand with hardworking Georgians and President Trump. The idea that I would appoint someone to the U.S. Senate that is not pro-life, pro-Second Amendment, pro-freedom, and 100% supportive of our president and his plan to keep America great is ridiculous. The attacks and games are absolutely absurd. Frankly, I could not care less what the political establishment thinks. Happy Thanksgiving. More information after the holiday." And I wonder, does he mean the political establishment of the Republican Party as well?
Well, it sounds like it, because coming out of Florida, Matt Gaetz is really blowing a lot of smoke on Twitter, at least. He's expecting some level of loyalty from Governor Kemp and threatens that he's going to face some heat during the primary because of this possible decision. He says, "I could care less" in that statement. Do you think he's thinking ahead to that possible consequence?
Of course he is, but I think Governor Kemp is thinking ahead on another level. He has appointed a significant number of African-American judges to the bench while being governor of Georgia. I think he wants to show more diversity in statewide leadership, because right now we don't have female and statewide leadership in Georgia, and in the Republican Party in Georgia. And he's looking at the approval ratings currently of President Trump. November 13th, there was a major poll taken, and it shows that President Trump's approval ratings are in the low 40s. As a matter of fact, 54% of Georgians disapprove of the current leadership of President Trump.
So was Robin Crittenden, that interim, was that maybe foreshadowing that that wasn't just for optics, but that was truly Kemp's MO, that he would continue to increase diversity and women in leadership in the state potentially?
Well, you have to remember, when he ran for governor, the biggest issue against him, basically perpetrated by the Democratic opponent and opponents in the Democratic Party, was that he lacked diversity, that he was someone who tried to stop minority development and progress, even based on some of his own words at a few rallies that were recorded. So he has fought back on that narrative by way of governing.
This is politics. There's always room for negotiations, last-minute deals until the announcement is made official.
It is not official.
That has not happened yet. So
That's
what
right.
do you think is going to happen? Are we going to see some kind of a truce brokered between the president and the governor, or are we going to see Governor Kemp sort of thumb his nose at a president who is very popular within the Republican Party?
Yeah, he cannot thumb his nose at the president of the United States. Make no mistake about it. The reason why Kemp won that primary so decisively is because Trump got involved and endorsed him, and it sealed the deal. So he knows he's at the party because of President Trump. And President Trump has no problem with becoming a vocal antagonist if this does not go the right way. I do expect there to be a lot more convincing to President Trump to say, hey, this is a good selection. At the end of the day, if President Trump is not okay with the selection, I think this goes another way.
Thanks for coming in, spending part of the Thanksgiving weekend with us, Rashad.
Glad
Good
to be
see
here.
you, Rashad.
We're thankful for you.
Thankful for you.
All right, and we will send you a breaking news alert on the CBS 46 app when Governor Kemp reveals his choice officially. You can find our free app in the Apple App Store or in Google Play.